Ask most A's players and they'll tell you the toughest games to win are the ones on the road. The opponents always have the slight advantage.
Well, I think, you're in their environment. They're sleeping in their home beds. They're comfortable. We're in hotels, living out of a suitcase. So I think you get in a kind of a comfort level when you're at home.
Playing on the road can be definitely a little bit tougher. You're obviously in unfamiliar waters. You've got the fans and the advantage of them obviously being able to hit last, so you have to get those last 3 outs of a game.
For infielders like Bobby Crosby, the diamond itself doesn't matter. After all, the bases are always 90 feet apart.
What's the most difficult thing about playing a game on the road anywhere?
I don't think it's much different, to be honest. I mean, if you tune out the crowd, and I think the most difficult thing is that they get their last at bats. Besides that, it's not much different to me.
But for outfielders, every inch of the playing surface has to be scouted out in advance. You see, no two stadiums have the same field dimensions.
What do you do to acquaint yourself?
Well, if you've never played in a particular ballpark before, you definitely want to get yourself familiar with the amount of steps it takes you to hit the wall on the warning track, the speed of the outfield grass, and obviously the positioning as far as what slight pull and slight op, what gap you want to favor. If there's a bigger alley, then you need to favor that alley.
Besides playing, there's also the fatigue factor of late-night traveling.
81 games on the road. Are you always at a little disadvantage when you're not playing at the Coliseum?
You have the time zone difference, and then you have playing a night game, getting on a plane, leaving, getting into the hotel probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and going across those time zones. That has an effect on your body also.
And perhaps the most difficult place to play a game on the road is here in Texas. Now, the A's do have a winning record at Ameriquest Field, but it's one of those places in the summertime, the wind and those flags get moving and pretty much anything goes.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it comes in and it hits the back and then it blows out from there. So you think when you're on the infield, it's at your back and it's blowing at your back, but when you're actually hitting, up there, it's actually jet streaming out. So it's kind of weird. I don't know if they planned it that way or not, but it's good for hitting.
When you're a pitcher and you come here, it's you want to keep the ball on the ground, keep it out of the air, and try to escape. It's probably the best terminology.
It's a good hitter's park. There's definitely a lot of advantages to it. Being that the ball does carry, the outfielders have to play deeper. You're allowed maybe 1 or 2 more cheap hits that might fall in front of guys. And it's a quick surface, so the ball gets through the infield pretty quickly too.
Best thing I could say was a couple years ago I went out there to take a pitcher out, and Eric Chavez came over, and just he and I were on the mound. And he said, boy, I'd like to see what I could do here for a whole year.